coming in. Is he live? Is he live?
Dan zien jullie gelijk weer wat ik allemaal...
Yes, there we are. There we are.
Wat laat je nou zien, Jopke? Zit je een beetje te creepen?
Some golf video's.
What is up, everyone? Welcome at the Artist Coaching Podcast. I hope you all are doing well and you had a great day. How are you, Jobke?
Good.
Jopke.
Jobke?
What about you, Ralph?
I'm
You're
very
there for
good.
me.
And how's
You're
the
there.
Invisible Man doing?
Yeah, the Invisible Man is grabbing his coffee and he's coming back in probably 1 or 2 minutes. But
He saw my
Okay.
coffee and he was like, I need one too. And then I was like, yeah, just go grab it. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't have
Uh,
water yet, but I'll just grab it when I
For some
feel the
reason,
need
my
to.
coffee machine was extra long today, but
we're live, by the way, just so you know.
sorry, I couldn't hear you.
We're
Hello.
live.
we are live.
We're live, just so you know.
Oh, my bad. Okay, hello everyone. Hello,
yeah,
Ralph.
No worries.
What's up?
Joey, on
Hey,
YouTube.
hello.
On
Yeah,
YouTube,
you're
it's
in luck.
switching again. Can you
Yeah, I
change
know.
it?
I've done that because Instagram is also live.
It really looks horrible.
So otherwise, we don't have like people visual there. I need to
Okay.
see another way. Anyway, what's up, man?
Anywho,
How
How
it is
are you?
going? I'm very
All
good. I don't
good.
know if you're talking about me or Ralph
Yeah.
or.
Yeah, I was talking
Okay,
to
okay.
I speak to Ralph and
We
Job so
we
often,
sometimes lack a proper introduction of our guests, but everybody listening, watching, you may have already seen. Listening, we have a very special guest, Retrovision.
Hello.
Woo!
Yay!
Wait. Why is it not playing? It's not playing. Too bad. Yeah,
This is one
too
of
bad.
those days when everything goes right.
Everything's breaking down here. Like everything's breaking down. Anyway, we have Retrovision in the show. Guest of like a friend of the pod, because this is the second time, right?
Second time, yeah. Yeah, the first time was right after COVID. And
Yeah.
this time it's a little bit more far away. I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about it anymore.
It's been a very long time. But how have you
Yeah.
been, man? It's it's been quite a
Well,
few years.
I just realized I look like a caveman right now because I forgot to shave since like a week and a half. But yeah, other than that,
Same.
it's been pretty good. Like I've been having more shows than in the past, so I'm pretty happy with
Okay.
that. And
Hmm.
a lot of things, so many things actually changed. Like literally, I think I would say like 90% of my whole career or everything has changed since then. So I was like listening to the podcast from the first time, like from last time. I think it was 2022, maybe
Yeah.
something like this. And I was hearing myself, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so wrong," and it's so
Wrong
bad what I
about what?
said about so many things, like even social media or music or whatever. Like I was saying so much stuff that I just don't agree with anymore. And
Do you remember
really?
one specific statement you were like, "That's now so very wrong"? Or
I say like the music is not the most important because social media is the most important. But
Hmm.
I would say still like the music's so important. Like
Okay.
from an artist's perspective, and like it's so important just for like mental health and everything.
What made you realize that?
Because I had some pretty bad times where like I was just like nervous about like I know Yopke actually made me like think about a lot of stuff. Like there's some stuff that you say that made me actually like just think about it more and more. And it's like I was in Mauritius Island with him, and I was super nervous about everything. And he was the most chill guy ever. Like he's that kind of guy, like not stressing out about anything. And I was so stressed out about literally everything. Like some stuff went pretty bad on that story. It was a pretty fun story. But it was a gig we were supposed to play. I mean, he did play it, not me. But
it was a shitty situation for you, to be honest. So it's like it's no wonder that you were stressed and the way the well, multiple things went wrong.
yeah,
And the
Can you tell a bit more
festival.
about it, or is it private?
no, I can tell about it definitely. So we
Or if
got
you want
booked in a festival in Mauritius Island. So a beautiful location and everything, hotel in front of the sea, and that was nice. And basically, he got paid, and I didn't get paid. And I got flights to go there, so I went there, and basically uh there were my agency, we have the same agency, we have the same agent and everything. So
to?
uh they were supposed to receive the money while I was flying there, and that guy sent a fake like receipt of like the bank transfer,
Oh wow.
and they thought he would be sending the money as they got the money from Hardway. And but yeah, that guy was just lying and everything, and so we
Yeah.
got in a situation where I almost got into a fight with the guy, but the guy always had like 3 bodyguards, so yeah.
Okay, that's
and
interesting.
and Hardway was like a dad to me during those 3 days, because we stayed three
Yeah.
days, three entire days, where we gave them more and more chances to finally pay me. Like even my agency told them you can pay him in cash at the hotel in euros,
Yeah.
and so then he can go play in the show, because we're not sure if they're gonna pay at some point.
Hmm.
And I didn't know what to do,
It was
and so yeah,
basically like, oh no, you get paid when you land. Oh no, you get paid tomorrow. Oh no, you get paid on the day of the show. Oh no, right before we pick you up. No money, no money, no money, no money. So it
nothing.
was like at some point it was just like, hey, it's likely they're not gonna pay. It was just a bit sketchy. And
Yeah,
my money was luckily transferred like before I already flew there.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was no wonder that you were stressed.
Did you play
Um,
eventually?
I
no,
played, yeah, yeah.
he played, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Retrovision
yeah. You,
didn't.
you played, but you Retrovision. Like, did you play it?
No, I ended up canceling the show like right when the pickup arrived. So there was a guy picking us up to the festival, and like he was supposed to come with the money. It sounds so weird when you say like, oh yeah, he's must be coming with the money right now.
Big bag of money.
Yeah, big bag, a little bag too, because I paid the flights already, so I was losing money on this gig.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, it ended up that my agency eventually paid me directly without even getting the money. So that actually, like, I earned money from the agency themselves, because they literally paid me as a guarantee, but they never
Hmm.
got the money back from the promoter or anything.
That's
So
really nice though.
It's
it
super
is
nice.
really
Nice
Yeah,
from
nice.
the
They're
agency.
nice guys.
Yeah.
They're literally the best for me.
Which is
Like
your agency?
Ace agency.
same.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to talk to Yasha then.
Hey, you need to
But
do some calls.
Yeah.
that was a very shit situation where like
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, that's really
Yeah, like I
good.
feel like the organization of the festival really put you on the spot.
yeah.
But I'm happy that Ace also resolved it like that.
Oh, that was so nice with it. But yeah, they told me I should maybe still have played the show. But I was talking to my agent, which is no longer working at Ace now, and like yeah, most of the conversation was there is no way you're playing this.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was a pretty shit situation. But at the same time, this dude made me realize like, oh my god, you don't have to stress about everything in your life, and that made me realize a lot of stuff. And since then I completely changed my mind. Like my I still work a lot, and I still do a ton of stuff like this, but there's so many times where now I can finally get off the social media and get off of everything, and I can just like do something else that I
Was
wasn't doing
social
back then.
media draining you that much?
Yeah,
Oh really?
yeah, like so much.
And what was the hard part about it? Was it the pressure, as in the amount that you had to post, or was it the opinions of other people, or?
I think it's mostly the pressure. Well, like as you say, the amount of posts that you have to prepare every time. It's like it's so much work. Like at some point, I just want to make music, and
So
sometimes you're just like overwhelmed. Like there's so many things to think about. Like, oh yeah, I got to make this kind of post, and I got to make it vertical, but also I got to make a carousel now. Then I have to do posts also on TikTok, and I have to do one post per day. And then at some point you're like, oh yeah, fuck that. I'm just gonna make music, because eventually that's my main job is to make music, not make social media. So I
and
got
how has
somewhat.
that
Hmm?
how has that impact your life, or maybe your artist career?
Well, both in good and bad. So, like, I got some posts that blew up that made me have a gig every 3 or 4 months in Japan. That
Hmm.
is nice. That is great. But then at the same time, I have the pressure now that my posts are not doing as good as this. And so, how can I make my next post to do better numbers than the previous one? And also, I get like, yeah, I think it's mostly me just like trying to trying to get better stats every time, and just I get nervous when I get less stats and less likes, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? And then every time I'm like, how is this possible? How can I make this thing right? Like I didn't change a thing and it's not right anymore.
Hmm.
Everything changes so fast. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm getting lost. I don't know if you guys, but
Well, I was what I do remember from then. Oh, well, we had a good time there, despite the whole drama.
that was
But
good.
I was super impressed by how you were basically working the whole time. Like I'm like, hey, let's have a
Let's
drink on the
play some
beach, and
golf.
he's there with. Well, this is funny. He was like, he's like on the beach with his laptop, checking out promos and making
Making
music, and I'm like,
music.
oh yeah, well, impressed because like I on tour I cannot really get myself to work. I mean, it's just like I do emails, but making music for me, I really would love to be in this space. And sometimes I make some ideas. That's about it. So yeah, that's. But then I figure you do you now work all the same amount of time as then, but just way more on music, or do you make some more time for other stuff, or how does that
So I
look
would
for
say I
for you?
work way more efficiently right now. It's like I'm trying to not work all day. For example, like what we do a lot is I tour with my girlfriend now. Like I literally do any gigs with my girlfriend.
Oh,
And so
don't tell
there's
Ralph.
times for the
Don't tell
girlfriends
Ralph.
also. Like you cannot just stay on a computer.
Yeah.
Like she's also making music and like everything like me right now. Like she's
Oh,
also
really?
like social media music. And so yeah, she's starting out like career and stuff, and she's pretty good. And yeah, there's sometimes where we're both on our computers and we'll both work from there. Like we usually try to go to like the coffee place or something like this. So what we usually like to do is like, for example, I'm playing in Tokyo, and then we'll stay just a few more days, we'll get a hotel, and then we'll just go to coffee places and just work from like remote work. And
Hmm.
that is cool. But at the same time, when we're visiting some places and stuff, I don't work, I don't take my laptop with me, I just like visit the place. And or like if we have a drink or something like this, I'm not going to talk the whole time about, oh yeah, have you seen this gig? Okay, we got this thing, and oh yeah, maybe I should change my set. What if I did? No, I'm just gonna take some time off. And
Yeah, so the balance is a bit better, as in,
yeah,
it sounds like you used to be working on music or thinking about music all day long, and right
yeah,
now you found your on and off switch. You found a way
yeah,
to turn it on and to find a way to turn it off, which makes the balance eventually better.
yeah, definitely. This is such a big change. Like sometimes just like turning off and don't think about it. So good.
Yeah, and how did you like? Do you have any idea how you find that button?
I have no idea. Honestly, sometimes I'm still feeling guilty. Like I'm telling her all the time, like whenever I'm not working for too long, like for too long is probably 3 days. I'm already feeling guilty for like not work on music or anything. I feel like I'm wasting time sometimes. So I don't know. Sometimes just like you just do something that is way too distracting that you don't think about it. I think
Yeah, well,
sports is a great thing.
yeah, I think wasting time, as you mentioned, picturing it as wasting is not necessarily beneficial. Like I would quicker say, like you need that time to refuel your like
Yeah,
creativeness as well, because you can't be creative all day long. So you need to have time off, which is workout, which is time with your girlfriend, which is time with your friends. You literally need that time to refuel your
Ugh.
brain.
Yeah, and I think
And
like
I know Ralph is agreeing with me on this, as in he's working from 9 to 5 and he's taking the
Uh,
evenings to
it
refuel during COD.
it's
So
it's for everybody. It's
yeah.
different. And the thing is, you get the chance and you get the luck and you break through. Let's call it like that. And
yeah,
you get bookings and you can make ends meet with your passion. Think that's a great gift and a big privilege, and it's something you really have to work for and keep working for. You always need to improve. That's always the big pressure.
yeah,
What you were telling me, hey, you go viral in Japan, and you want to uphold that, and that
yeah.
means you have to do not the same but even better. So basically, what the job always demands of you is not that you do the same, but you have to do better. And that's quite a big pressure to
It is.
take along. And can make you a little bit crazy. The thing is also with that kind of stuff, um, there's no formula for it. Why is somebody popular and the other ones are not? Who
Yeah.
knows? But it's
Looks.
about doing your best and try to when you look into the mirror and look at yourself, and you want to say to yourself, man, everything that was in my means, I did it. And if
Yeah.
it then fails, whatever.
I
Yeah.
kind of
But
have
you
this
don't want to look
mindset.
into the mirror
Yeah.
and say to yourself, shit, man, I went to the golf course a little bit too much.
Never too much, man.
Or
You'll at
worked
some
out a
point.
little
At
bit too
some
much, or
point,
stayed in bed. I'm now taking a swing
there
at Jopke, but no, but for
a
everybody, you
swing.
just
Whoa, taking a
yeah.
swing. I love it. I
It's a
love it.
joke. It's a little bit of banter, and no, but you just want to make sure that you. It's a big privilege. There's a lot of guys and girls out there who did maybe even more, are even more talented, but they just didn't have that coincidence happen.
Yeah.
And for us, it did. So yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
love the part where you said like about you have to look yourself in the mirror and you have to answer to yourself. So if I play golf all week and my career goes down from it, it's like, am I willing to do that? It's up to me and it's my own thing. And if you
yeah,
realize
but
that,
I get the guilt part, and that's the coin. You have to live with the
Yeah.
all the
yeah, but the guilt
yeah.
is something that is difficult sometimes to manage. But I think if you're gonna then plan time off, and that's the thing, plan time off. Make sure you do something that
Yeah.
fulfills you in another way. So like I'm make sure that I'm not gonna like be in the studio when I'm taking time off. I'm gonna like really consciously make a choice. Now I'm gonna play golf, for example, and then it's like I don't have time to even think about what
Yeah.
should I be doing. And if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just chill at home, that's not gonna work for me because I'm like, oh, I should actually be working on this song and I should finish that. So if I take time off, I do it good,
Yeah.
and I think that's something to, yeah, to for everybody to decide how much that is, how much time. But if you take time off, do it like do it good,
Yeah, good point.
even if it's half an hour a day. Just take that time.
By the way, just a quick intersection. We have a lot of people in the chat again, but somebody's also donating again. We just received five
Hey.
Australian dollars from Amy Price.
Hey,
Thank you,
Dude,
man. And
thanks
what's
down
up?
under,
What's up to everyone in the live
Crocodile
stream?
Dundee.
Good to see you all here again. We have an amazing guest today, Retrovision, sharing his experience from the past year, and talking about that Retrovision. Like, what's another thing that you've learned over the years? What's another insight you gained?
So I think something that completely changed also is like my whole team has changed. Like back then I had a manager, I had the publisher, I had a lot of stuff like that. I'm actually not having a publisher anymore. Like I'm just out of the deal with them right now. But
Okay.
and I don't have a manager anymore. Like we parted ways. And so I'm literally managing myself for the past 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very happy with that actually. Because I'm not saying my manager was doing a bad job or anything. I'm just very happy because I can do whatever I want, and I have the freedom of just like thinking about the stuff I really want to do for my career and
Mm.
for the future. And I think this is, yeah. Also, of course, you get more money because like you don't have to pay a cut to the manager. That makes a big difference as well. And but that wasn't like the main part of just leaving a management and stuff. I think it's mostly like just being able to trying to figure out yourself where you want to go. And so it's a lot of more brainstorming, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time you get to like know more about like what kind of songs do you want to put out and stuff. And it's
And,
also faster to. Mhm.
and what about the workload? As in, I can imagine a lot more work comes your way, and is there for you to deal with? Like, is that doable or?
Honestly, I do it for like 6 months. It's already great. Like I feel like it's not too much work for me. Like it's just like contracts. Yeah, you have to read the contracts and stuff. But now we have ChatGPT that can read most contracts. I just drag and drop the contract into ChatGPT and it's telling me like, yeah, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. And if I
It's a
ever
great
have,
tool.
yeah, it is. if I ever have like a big contract, like a big important things, not just a single song. Like whenever I'm releasing song, like I always put the contract in ChatGPT and check out quickly. But usually I do release songs on the same labels that I already done releases in the past, so it's usually
Mm.
all right, usually the same.
Mm.
But if I have a bigger one, usually I get like a lawyer or something like this, and
Mm.
Yeah.
I know someone.
What I think is important with contracts is that you at moment of signing understand everything that's in the contract, and
Yeah,
that's the most difficult part because they make it very complicated for on
Yeah,
purpose. But you can
confusing.
also
Yeah.
ask ChatGPT, "Hey, this is the contract. Can you translate it for me into like very simple terms,
yeah,
every point of the contract, or just take the points that you don't understand?"
yeah.
Um,
This is so good.
yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
super helpful.
especially American contracts can be
Oh
really a
wow, yeah,
bitch with the mechanical rights and all. But I actually really like what you're saying. It's really important to know what has to be done around you as an artist,
yeah,
because at some point you just roll into this and you get told like you need a manager, an agent, blah 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 blah.
yeah,
So you get all these people on board on the back of the success, and but then everybody, if a lot of people forget, you have to learn yourself. Like,
yeah.
how can you ever say about somebody he or she's doing a good job when you don't know what the job actually entails? So now
Exactly.
you're
Yeah,
doing everything yourself. You might know now, this is what I really need from a manager, because
yeah,
you now know I lack these skills. I need such skills. I need a network over here or over there. And
yeah.
actually, it tells you a lot about you. But that you have to learn, you have to make that experience count. If you just take the backseat the whole times,
Definitely.
you're missing out on stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
definitely
actually
think so. Yeah.
great.
Also, like I think the manager kind of job has changed so much in the past 5 years. As like back then, you had a manager to get your music signed to a label. Now I feel like labels are tend to like just talk to artists directly. Like you get those A&Rs, like they just go on WhatsApp with the artist and you just like talk with them. Like
Mm.
it's so much simpler and so, like so much faster.
The
And I
world is
feel like you,
changing.
yeah, definitely. And I feel like
Uh,
today, if you had a manager, it's better to have like a social media manager, like a marketing social media manager, rather than just having a manager. Perhaps someone to help or like merchandising,
or
marketing
an
overall,
artist
like
coach.
branding. Yeah.
Yeah, someone
Well,
someone
it's yeah.
creative in your team that helps
Yeah.
think with social media
Yeah,
ideas and stuff
like a
is
brainstorm
maybe
partner.
more valuable.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but it's what you were also telling when you started out, that you said social media is more important than music. Well, basically, that's not even wrong. But big part of for our us social media, a big part of social media is the music,
Yeah.
and it's how we present it and what we want to tell in that small video of, let's say, 20 22 seconds. What are we going to tell with music and images at the same time? For us, that is social media, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
And I think that's it's great to have people around you that you can talk to. Now also your girlfriend is experiencing what it is to go online and expose, be exposed.
Yeah.
Let's call it that. Sounds a little bit only
Yeah,
fancish,
yeah.
but
This is OnlyFans or
no,
DJing.
but it's being exposed. Yeah, it's quite hard
Yeah. Being
to
public. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
have a
that's
public image. It's always,
and yeah.
this is something a bit difficult sometimes because like as we're touring together, like it's hard to get the artist image and at the same time she's filming me on stage, and it's
Mm.
hard sometimes because people recognize her and stuff. Like she's not famous or anything, but like sometimes when we go to places where there's a lot of fans and then she get recognized on stage and people are just like, I don't know, people might make fun of her because she's filming, but most of the time they don't. But
No, no,
The
no.
question is, does that matter? As in, eventually, she's just loving you
I
and
actually
doing.
I actually
Yeah.
like the story. It's
yeah,
actually a story there, and
yeah,
it makes it even more interesting
that could
it's
be
touring
for me.
together.
great
And yeah,
surreal. That could be a great TikTok. Why I never thought about this? Oh my god! Like
I
I
I
yeah,
don't want
you
to
have
make
you
I
have
content.
the
also
yeah, the page
j-
about the guys have to film the
Yeah, it's
influencer
the guys
girlfriends.
from TikTok or something. Or the
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
on
yeah,
guys on
yeah,
Yeah,
Instagram or something. Dads of
something like
Instagram.
that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I liked it also during your ADE show, the More Bass More Good show where I also played. It was like you're there the whole night, working your ass off, running around, doing the production. Your girlfriend's there as well, both of you. that for me is really cool to see, and I think for the crowd as well. And I think that is something that is very unique. All the and friends events that I played, this was the you were by far the most evolved.
Thank you, and
And
thank you for joining. Thank you for playing. You played an
of course,
amazing set, and we all loved it. It
yeah,
was
I
so
loved
good.
playing there. I love
We
playing
we,
there,
we
but it's
heard your entrance was great.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Good.
The
yeah, yeah,
entrance
yeah.
was supposed to be a great one.
I'm gonna try to do something like way more original this year, like way more original. I'm working on some stuff, but we're actually going to. I'm actually announcing it here because we didn't announce anything yet, but we're gonna do the same, like literally the same place, the same day, the same
Cool.
time. So it's during an
Oh,
afternoon.
nice.
It's not even an evening party. It's like from 2 p.m.
Oh, it's
until
day
8.
drinking. That's my favorite.
It's so good because you can just go during the afternoon, and then after that you can have
Exactly.
dinner.
Exactly. Just
Exactly.
go
It
to
Yeah,
bed
is.
at
go to
9. Like
bed
why?
early.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
go to bed at
Hey,
9. Like why would I stay up late?
exactly. It's so good. Like last year, that's what we done. Like we did the mobile smoke party, and we were so exhausted. After we were happy, we could just have like a pizza. We went to pizza place, and then we went back to the hotel at like 10 p.m. I was in my bed, pretty much, maybe
you should
11.
you should use this in like the marketing, like some TikToks, like why stay up late when
Yeah,
you can be in bed
Party during
early.
the afternoon.
exactly. And I'm just wondering here, but what are your thoughts on self-releasing?
I've done that so much. Actually, I created my own. I mean, yeah, everybody has done.
That's a clip right there. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mathieu.
no.
It's like we have a stupid inside joke. Self-releasing. You can also think that means something else. And every
Jerking off.
time we mention
I don't
self-releasing,
understand, Jay. Can you please explain?
Elaborate.
so when a guy,
Or girl?
Anyway, what are your thoughts on self-releasing? Just as on a serious note.
I do it all the time now. I basically do half of my releases as a self-release, and sorry, and and yeah, I literally created my own label to do so. So basically, we created this a year and something, like a year and 2 months ago, something like this. I had a label back then, but it was actually a sub label from some other label.
Hmm.
But then we decided to just let's just create our own thing. It's not going to be like a regular label or anything. We're just going to take whatever contract we can find from other labels, or we're going to try to just make it better. And we're going to try to just sign few artists. We don't sign the artists, we just sign the songs. We'll never sign any artists exclusively or whatever. And we try to make like create parties all around the club and book them. So we're
Hmm.
not, and we're trying to be the nicest guys business wise. Like we're not going to rip off anyone, and we literally had our terms. That's our first Insta post. It's basically like artists are getting, I think, 67.4% royalties. It's
Why so specific?
so it's I can't remember why is it so specific. Let me just pull up the Instagram
Post.
post.
Yeah, that's quite a
Yeah,
big chunk.
it is. Yeah. So about us. We're only two
Who's your
people.
distributor?
Symphonic.
Okay. Don't
They're
know it,
great
but
guys. So
What's
yeah.
what's your
basically, the
label name?
artist. Hmm.
What's your label name?
More bass, more good.
Nice.
So we literally have everything on Insta. Like you can
Oh
just
yeah.
go to our first post, and there's like literally this, and so there's no hidden cost. We don't make the artist pay for the artwork. We don't make the artist pay for any assets. So we just make all the assets ourselves. And I basically make all the artworks and all the assets, and not the assets. Florian make the assets usually, and
Mm.
so basically the label cut is 30%. The distributor takes 15%, and
Mm-hmm.
then the artist gets 55%. But usually the labels don't show you the distributor cut, so we actually showed it, so
Nice.
the
Mhm.
artist can see how much money is getting to the label, how much money is getting to the going to the
Yeah, it's
distributor.
really cool. Also making artwork, man, the shit you have to pay for and all the deductibles and
Yeah,
recoupables, it just is insane.
yeah,
It makes no
it
sense.
is.
We at some point had in-house label costs. No
Yeah,
clue what that is. I would,
In-house
yeah,
label costs.
yeah,
Okay.
but
yeah.
whatever. But it's
Some
actually,
labels
yeah,
made me pay 500 euros for an artwork, and I was like, how is
That's
this possible? Like, I can understand graphic designers are
mm,
wants to earn something, but at this point I don't even make money by releasing music. I will just
no,
rather just release white noise.
Yeah,
You know,
I
exactly.
but
know.
I totally agree. At some point, I even said, okay, you can make the artwork, but not your logo on it. If you want your logo on it, you have to pay me.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
that's
the logo. Yeah.
that's
No,
great.
it's our label. Yeah, fuck that's my fucking artwork, dude.
You
Yeah,
pay for it. Yeah,
pay, pay. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
true.
500 euros.
Yeah,
It's a
true.
bargain. No,
It
but it
is.
makes no sense. I really love this. It's really transparent.
Yeah.
That's what it should be about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then all they have to do is sign it away for life. And
And that's
no,
it.
it's like a
That's all.
12 or 15 years of
I think we do 10 years or something. Yeah, I think
10.
we have
Yeah,
10 years.
It's not gonna last, but it's really nice. But
it's a nice.
you're too kind.
No, I'm not trying to be too kind. I'm just trying to be normal. Like we have
Yeah.
30% of the royalties, and I think the plan, like the our business plan right now, is not to make most of the money on royalties, but on merch. And we
Okay.
also launch. So we launch a website. Like for now, it's a Shopify website, but we're building a better website right now.
Mm.
And we're also trying to
Shopify is
do.
nice as well.
It works.
Uh,
It just works. And we're doing preset packs and sample packs. And so right now we're gonna build like all these preset packs, all these sample packs. And like for
mm.
now I just released one preset pack and it made me like one serum preset pack made me more money than what I do with like 6 songs usually.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
It's actually a
That's
good
actually
business model
insane. Yeah, it's
to.
good business.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about giving back, let's say, the rights for an amount of royalties back? Let's say you keep, you get now approximately 30% of all the royalties. Let's say you give it back and keep 10% or 15%, so they can entrepreneur with their own tracks. Sometimes a little bit annoyed that let's say a track doesn't do well within its first 3 months.
Yeah.
Nobody works it anymore. It's just dead in the water. If I would get more percentage back, I would make the effort, you know. But now I'm sure nobody will make an effort
Yeah,
because I'm not going to make the effort for their percentage, which is usually 60% for them and 40
Yeah.
for me. But if they would say, "Hey, here's 30% of our cut, and you get now 70," I would be like, "Okay, I might market this
Yeah.
stuff." Yeah, it could also be something for artists signed at your label when there are
I,
tracks just dead in the water. Yeah, let's give them an incentive to do their own job.
I do
Yeah.
think if I hear the percentages, you are maybe too kind. But what what I think is most important is not per se lower percentages for the label or something, but the transparency you offer.
Mm.
That's your biggest thing. I think that's so
yeah,
interesting, and it's for a lot of producers. We sign contracts early in our careers where we're like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm signing, and if you can offer the transparency, you can even in the future maybe or soon change the percentages and be like, hey, yes, we're gonna make a bit more so
Yeah.
we can provide such and
yeah,
such if you get
Yeah, and of
bigger.
course the value here is in the community of more base, more good,
It
Yeah.
is.
yeah.
more good, more base, more good, more
More
base,
base, more
or
good. Yeah.
more base, more good.
Have
Like
you
this.
ever heard of building in public?
Okay, yeah.
What do you mean building public?
Yeah, have you ever heard of the term build in
Oh,
public?
no. But
It's
oh,
kind
it's
of what you're doing right now. You should definitely check it out. As in, it's building a business in public, so sharing everything openly. So the
oh yeah.
percentages, the revenues, the everything.
Yeah, kind of like
Uh,
Tesla or stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Tesla does it, but there's like a few Dutch
Maybe.
companies here who do it in a great way, and a few Americans that I know. But it's all about sharing all the statistics and data out there, so people
Yeah.
know why they're paying and what they're paying for and what they're receiving and all that stuff. That's an interesting thing.
But I think in
Um,
general, if people like that's it's always the thing when people make a lot of money and you see it in interviews where they interview some politician or artist and it's about how much money they make and the people get all like, yeah, well, it's
yeah,
disclosed in
exactly.
our, and that makes it awkward. If the guy would just say, yes, I make this much money because this is what I add to that festival, and
Yeah,
yeah, you can
You're just fine with it.
whatever.
Yeah.
yeah,
People are
exactly.
like, hey man, that guy's transparent, and I would love to make that kind of money.
Yeah.
Good on him. So I think
Yeah,
that
exactly.
transparency is
I think it's the
a
same
big
thing
one.
where like people are saying like, oh yeah, David Guetta makes 1 million when he gets booked somewhere, and you're like, dude, he sells so many tickets. Like you
Yeah,
can't even imagine how many tickets he's gonna sell. Like he's gonna just like make everything sold
Yeah,
out, and there's value to it.
I
And
yeah,
love this
people,
exactly.
response in an interview. He was like, yeah, it says that you are worth 300 million or you make this much a year. And he's like, well, I don't know. So that must be a good sign if you don't know. It's
So
like
good.
That's
And then with
that's
his
good.
accent,
with
Yeah,
his accent.
exactly.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Hi.
guys, it's we're halfway through the episode, and we have a bunch of questions waiting for us in the community. By the way, if you're not aware of the artist coaching community yet, make sure to go to the Discord link in the description. There's a Discord community where over 600 artists are talking with each other, like giving feedback on music, leaving questions for the podcast, all those type of things every single week. So make sure to join so you can send your questions too. So let's go over to the community questions.
Community question.
Oh, that was so loud.
That was a smooth one. Huh? By the way, what do you
Oh.
think of the jingle?
It is great. It's just very loud in my ears.
yeah, it's very loud in our ears as well.
It was on 50%. Like it
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
even full
Yeah,
volume.
make it 30.
I hear now this.
My mastering's pretty loud. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the first question, which is a very long one, to be honest.
Okay, next one.
Yeah, I'll read that myself first to see if I can make it shorter. Let's go to the next one. From Die Geile aus Hamburg, from Jenny. What were you guys' first cars? As a beginning DJ and student, the income is still quite low, but a car is,
Lamborghini. No, I'm joking.
but a car is needed to be flexible enough for gigs. Would be interesting to know if you had one in your student and beginning DJ time and which one it was.
I had. Can I? Yeah, go ahead.
No, go. I wanted to say I will let you start.
Oh, Volvo 850. It cost me 1,000 euros of my hard-earned cash. This was before I made real money DJing, and that actually lasted me long, even in when I made money DJing. But 1,000 euros, and yeah, there's a lot of cars for around 1,000 euros that are quite shitty, but solid enough to get you around. So that's a great one. A
I mean,
Volvo's in
Volvo,
general.
a Volvo for 1,000 euros is a great deal usually.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
What
a good
about
deal
you?
for sure.
What about you,
I
Retrovision?
had a Volkswagen Polo for exactly phase one to be specific.
Phase one of your artist career.
I had like front doors and back doors, and back doors couldn't open because it had a
Oh.
bug where like sometimes it could open, but like most of the time it just didn't. And I remember buying a subwoofer, like a huge 12 inches subwoofer for like 15 euros, something like this. Then that guy didn't even know if it worked. I plugged it in and it was like, I was like, okay, I can blast music now. And I was working at McDonald's and I was using this card to go to McDonald's and go back home, basically. And I remember
wow.
I couldn't pay it myself, so my parents paid it for me, and then I had to give them back the money with what I was earning with McDonald's.
Ah, yeah.
I
Nice.
remember going to my first kid trip with it ever because I didn't have snow tires. I didn't have anything on my wheels to like go on snow, and it
Yeah.
was
Oh
snowing so
shit.
hard. I was shitting myself. I was driving and shitting myself. But I managed to go to to do a bunch of stuff with that car, and then I sold it at some point. But that was my first car.
Nice. And you, Ralph?
Ah, yeah. Started out. The first bookings was in a blue Seat Ibiza.
I had one actually. I had a Seat Ibiza.
I loved that car. It was a good one. It wasn't too old. Bought it for 3,500 euros, and lasted quite some time. Well, actually, I then think year and a half later bought my first BMW, the 1 Series,
Mm.
and then yeah, I had to drive diesel at some point, so I traded that in for a 3 Series diesel, and then man, I had a lot of cars.
Yeah. For me, I think the early days, I was driving a Twingo, Renault
Ah,
Twingo.
do you
Yeah.
even fit in a Twingo? Do you have
Voiture
one with the
française.
The first generation Twingos were pretty large, actually. Like
with an open roof, and then you put
They
your
are
head
so
above the
much
roof?
larger than you think. Like
Exactly.
I remember a friend
I
of mine
moved-
had
I'll
one.
send you a video.
I moved places in a Twingo.
It
as
is
in,
giant.
yeah, it's insane. But the new ones are pretty small. But the
Yeah.
older ones are pretty decent. It cost me $500, to be honest.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
I
my
had the
dad.
most expensive first car. I'm surprised. Mine cost like 4,000 or something.
Oh wow, dude! I think my like during my student time, I was driving a Peugeot 307. I think that costed
Oh,
me around 3,500
my
or
mom had
something.
one also. Yeah.
That was a decent car as well.
During my student time, I drove a Scania. You know it?
Oh yeah.
Scania.
Yeah, it was a big bus with a driver, and we had loads of people in there. It was always very noisy. I just
Yeah,
drove the
Oh
bus,
yeah. I
man.
was like,
like an OV card.
Yeah,
Ralph,
yeah, was for free.
I sent you guys in the chat a video, and if you're in the YouTube chat, Google Peter Valley Lamborghini. You get exactly what Ralph meant. It's the best, one of my
Ah,
favorite videos.
what do you guys
roof.
currently drive? Actually.
I drive a Link and Go.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's like the $500 car, right? Like you pay 500
Yeah,
per
that's
month,
what it
something.
started with. Yeah, by now it's 650 a month.
Oh
But you can
wow.
also
Damn,
buy
dude.
it. But you can
Damn.
also buy it. So it depends
Okay.
on what you do. But yeah, that's the one.
I drive a Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace. So
Family car.
yeah, but I'm very happy.
It's a
It
great
looks
car.
Dad's car.
it looks
Yeah.
amazing. It has a lot of space for
Yeah,
my kids, so
that's
it's
nice.
I love it.
I drive the BMW i5. I have it for a week
Oh
now.
Is that electric? No,
Yeah,
yeah.
right?
I
Wow.
love it.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice
Nice.
car. I had the i4, but it was just too small for me and the family and the kids.
Yeah.
It was a little hint to my wife, take your car. But no,
Take your own.
I had to do the upgrade.
Mm.
Electric is
Okay.
so good.
Yeah, it drives
I love it.
crazily good. Love it
I,
too.
I drive a Tesla Model 3
Oh, I
and
used to
Oh,
have
nice.
it. I
Yeah.
love that car. Yeah.
it's so good. Yeah, I used to have a standard range, like the normal one, and then I upgraded to like a long range one. So much better. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so good. Like I charge it for like so cheap at home because we have quite cheap electricity.
Mm.
And then it's like it cost me like, I don't know, 5 times cheaper than a gas car.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Mm.
Because
insane.
insurance is quite a lot right now. I think I pay like 120 for the insurance. I got like literally everything on it, but
Mm.
still quite okay.
Guys, we have a
Yeah.
question from our main man Josh, who has been touring in Asia last week. Question for Ralph and Jay, but Retrovision can answer as well. Do you ever hire a local VJ for important shows?
Not a VJ, but a videographer or a VJ,
Yeah,
visual
a
guy
VJ as in like the guy who does the visuals
or a girl.
or girl.
No.
I
Uh,
would either use the ones provided by the
Yeah.
festival. They usually are on big shows are very good. And
Yeah.
if I want to hire someone, I would bring someone I've already worked with in the past, like someone I know. So not locally per se. So I would fly someone in, but usually the VJs are amazing at all the bigger festivals.
Yeah,
Yeah, or the
true.
clubs, because I think Josh mainly plays clubs there, right?
Yeah,
Or
he did a big festival in Asia,
okay, yeah,
Void Fest or something, Void
yeah.
Festival.
But you need to just when you have your sound check, talk to the guys at the front
Yeah.
of house and or girls and the people, and make sure. I mean, they know what they do. They get these requests. You actually need to advance that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
you can
I
do a
think
lot.
as a smaller artist, sound check is very important to meet everybody that you work with at the club, and like you said, like, do they have my visuals? Is everything loaded? They know how to start my intro, and these are all just questions you can ask the local VJ. Usually they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even
We,
when I play in China and you go into a club and the VJ doesn't speak English, I have someone translate, and
Yeah.
or we just I make some gestures and he gets what I mean.
VJs are usually very good in China, actually.
Yeah.
Like they're usually very, very good in China because they have like super complex setup.
Yeah.
I found the worst ones in France, honestly. Like technical teams, I almost got into a fight with a VJ in France last time I played the
You
festival
fight
here.
a lot during gigs.
No, no, no.
yeah.
I say I almost got in
Hmm.
fight, but like I just like started being a little bit angry because that guy was just didn't even have Resolve on his computer, and he was
Mhm.
trying to play my visuals, and there was like 2 frames per second or something like this.
Ah,
And
okay.
when he was supposed to play the intro during the show, he just played a random picture.
A
Nice.
random
Just
picture,
a
yeah.
holiday picture
Yeah.
of him, like.
Yeah. You know what's
Yeah.
annoying is that not everybody knows this, but you're getting all the shit when something doesn't look right. But
Yeah.
there's only so much you can control. It's also up to the promoter. Together you make a good party. And but what if one of the two, the DJ plays shit or the promoter doesn't deliver on all the shit that needs to be done? Then usually the face that's out there, and that's usually the DJ, will
Yeah.
get a lot of shit for it. So you have
Yeah,
to be
definitely.
on your case and talk to people and uphold them to deliver the quality that you want or what is fair, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
True.
also with the sound, sometimes it's too not loud enough, and then they always the people in the front start like, "Hey, turn it up, man, turn it up," angry at me.
Your
Um,
gain is already like this.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's the thing. That's I saw James Hype talk about this. Like when he arrives somewhere and the DJ before
Yeah.
him is playing in the red, he's not gonna turn it back because
Yeah.
then the master volume will go down and they have to put it back
yeah, they have to correct
with
it
the
at the
limiter.
front of
Yeah,
house.
so it's
Yeah,
like if you do that at the beginning. I had once almost got into a fight at a Dutch festival because the guys before me were playing in the red. So I just continue. I don't really touch the master, and I just play, continue playing. And the guy comes up very angry on the stage, and he's like this to me, and like turning
yeah,
down the master, and then running off. So instead of like telling me like, "Hey man,
Oh,
can you
yeah,
turn it
that
down?"
happened. Yeah.
So I went after the show. I went to the front of house where he was, and I was like, "Dude, I know I shouldn't be playing in the red, but just tell me, don't come in front of me, touch my stuff, and then make
Yeah.
these gestures." And he was very like, "Oh yeah, sorry, sorry." And I just said
Uh,
like, "Just tell me, you can have a conversation. I respect you. You should respect me." But he was like, "Yeah, but you guys all day." I'm like, "Not me. That's not me
yeah.
all day. It's other DJs. So don't give me shit."
Yeah, at this
yeah,
True.
point you
Um,
should tell him just tape the master. Just tape it like in a
yeah,
certain
Oh yeah.
position so no one is gonna touch it and just put a sign like don't touch the master. And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
their
But
job.
they will touch anyway. I mean, you just need to correct it every now and then. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal, and
no.
it's all limited anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
just
think
yeah,
the trick is having a because I also love that as a DJ if the booth monitor can go really loud because
Yeah.
then I can actually like feel what I'm supposed to feel. I think if the booth can go loud, you're not as eager to turn up the master.
Yeah.
So
True.
I
Here's a
usually don't
question.
never touch the master actually. Like I never touched it, and like I try to never touch it, except if I'm playing a club gig and I hear like nothing is loud enough, and I really need some more. But usually I never
mm,
touch it, especially in
sometimes
festivals.
I
I think.
sometimes do, but usually I like to ask as well with the sound check, like, "Hey, can I turn the master till there or till?" And then
Yeah.
yeah, they'll say what to do.
Yeah.
What's
Hmm.
also funny, by the way, about the loud booth. Sometimes you want to turn it down to see if there's sound in the room because I've had moments where
Yeah.
I was like still vibing, and then the people in the crowd are like,
Yeah.
"We can't hear, man, nothing." Man, you're standing there. What do you mean?
You're having a great time. Woo! Yeah.
Actually, that happened. I was in a festival and the DJ like had his booth speakers like to the max volume or something, and then the normal PA, like the regular PA, just shut off, and there was no more sound. But the DJ just kept doing it for like 5 more minutes. He was like enjoying it,
Amazing,
and then everyone was
amazing,
like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, that's nice.
amazing.
We have another question from Martin Stevenson here. Question for everybody. What do you think is the best way to connect with bigger artists and labels and stay connected?
keep sending good music. That's
Yeah,
basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you need to get noticed at some point. I think that's a little bit of coincidence you need on your side, but
Yeah, that's true to music.
yeah, but uh, after that, yeah, I mean, let's say it really blunt. Are we gonna be the biggest of friends? Probably not. You probably have enough friends. It's a working relationship, and this is me being really blunt. It's all about good music. If you don't have good music, why would I respond? Vice versa, the same, man. That goes both ways.
Yeah.
it
So
I
starts.
yeah,
It usually starts with music, but I also then think it's kind of a vibe thing if you're on the same level. I think Martin is a guy I know,
yeah,
and
same.
he's like he sent me great music, which it's like yeah, electro bass house kind of, Not
Super
always
loud.
super loud, amazing talented producer. Not always super my style, but I still keep in touch. So Martin, you can always. Why don't you text back, man?
Why don't you reply for my
but also
barbecue
like
invite?
I was in Prague, and then I'm like, hey, if you're there, come to the show, and it's yeah, we are. You already know how to keep in touch,
Yeah,
Martin.
I
But I
think I
do think
think
it does start with if you send me one good track and then another one and then another one, then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna keep in check with this guy because
yeah.
yeah, there's good music there and talent, and that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think it's two ways to answer this. As in, one, to be able to get onto the radar of the artist is through your music. So sending good music and standing out. But once you're in contact with that person, I think it just comes down to basic human communication, right? Like
Yeah.
maintaining a relationship is spending time with each other. Like every now and then have a coffee with each other or drop by in the studio
Oh
or
my god, the coffee. I forgot about my coffee.
Oh shit!
It's gonna get cold,
For
man.
real.
iced
It's iced
coffee.
coffee. It's
Yeah.
nice.
But whenever you want to build a relationship with anyone, like you should invest time and energy into it. And that's the same with artists, I would say. So do that, just like you've been doing. And
Yeah.
he also says, Retro and Jay, please come to Prague again.
I would love to. I
Would
love
love to,
Prague.
yeah.
It's a great city. Yeah, true.
It
Did
is.
Did you play together somewhere?
No. No,
No,
I wish we did play more often together because such a nice guy.
but
Such
you're
a
based
dad.
in France, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
But
I
you
work
were
with
you were
so many
played
Dutch
Duplex and
people.
the other one Epic, or
No, we both play Epic, I think, right?
I played Epic and I also played Duplex. So
Oh yeah.
in the same
whenever
weekend?
no,
Oh
just
No, no, no.
man, I
Switch.
need
No.
your agent then.
Um, here's a question from Alex Leray. So I've been working with this massive pop manager who blew up many female artists. She wants to work with me, but I'm worried she's not the right fit. She went out and got a publishing deal, but no shows or labels, so kind of feel like we're going backwards. Curious what you guys think.
The shows come with the music usually.
Yeah.
Like you don't get shows because you have a manager. You have to release
Yeah.
music, put out music, get fans, and then those fans will buy tickets. So promoters will trust you, and so then you get shows. But yeah,
Yeah, so she started with a publishing deal. What's your thoughts on that?
seems like she's getting signed to do sessions, maybe to be a
To connect with
songwriter,
other
not an
artists.
artist. You
I
have
think
to
we
be
need a little
careful.
bit more context to say
Yeah,
something about this. I mean, getting a good publishing deal can be really cool.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
get an advance, buy a new car. Hoppa.
Yeah, but
That
I
was
think
me.
focusing on the shows or on the labels, maybe labels, but shows is definitely not a good attitude. As in, yeah, as you mentioned, shows comes from the music. As in,
Yeah,
first need to focus on getting the music out in the right spots with the right
But maybe
promotion.
if you can get a residency somewhere and you get a platform to show your music, take a videographer, and man, there's so many ways to
yeah,
roam. Yeah.
if you
yeah,
hire someone, make sure you both from both parties agree on what it is that you will bring each other. So if you are sitting with a manager and they're going to be like, "Yeah, I'm going to give you shows," then you should say, "Okay, then if you don't bring me 10 shows in the next half year or however how many, then you're not on the same level if that's not going to work." Or
Yeah.
you hire a manager and, "Hey, I want to release more tracks." Oh, I can do that. I can bring you into sessions. Just have a clear talk about what the expectations are. That can also help prevent a lot of
mm.
yeah, discussion later, I think.
It's hard
True.
to get shows overall. Like it's hard to get started on getting shows, and especially for smaller artists. I feel like nowadays it's either you're already established and then you get shows, or either you get a TikTok hit or something like this, and then you get a lot of shows. But if you're a smaller artist, I feel like it's super hard right now to just.
Yeah.
Depends on the style you're in, actually.
True, true, yeah,
And I think that's more important than ever. Yeah. You can tell sometimes I see artists swing by and they have a lot of shows and they're in a certain specific style where there's a lot of fan base for. Yeah.
yeah, true.
Well, did you? What's the thing you struggled with the most, Retrovision, in the past few years?
I would say in the start it was mostly having shows, because and and finding the right people to work with on the long term.
As in the manager, the booker.
Yeah, booker is hard to get a good booker. Someone that you can trust is very, very hard. Like, I love my booking agent right now. I love my agency. They're such nice people and I love them. And it's very hard to find people that, okay, you can very like really trust with promoters or everything, that are
Mm.
not going to just take advantage of your position and just like try to get their acts booked. Like, they sometimes there's agencies that tries to sign you because they just want to book their all other acts.
Mm-hmm.
And but no, like the agency I have right now take cares of like every artist the same way.
Yeah.
And I think it's really good, like the way they work.
So is
Mm.
bookings the biggest challenge at this moment, you think, for most artists?
For a lot of artists, yes, it is. Like, I see a lot of friends that keep putting out music, that keep like putting out content on every platform, and they're still going to like get zero gigs if I don't book them. Not because they make bad music or anything, not because they don't have a fan base, because there's fans showing up whenever we make a party. And
Mm.
so yeah, I think it's mostly just like getting a booking agent is very hard.
And,
Also getting a US visa.
yeah, I
Oh, you
can
didn't get
imagine.
one?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm in that circle where I need like a good US agent in order
Mm.
to apply for
Yeah,
the
you
visa.
need one. Yeah, they need
And
to make sure that Americans also gonna earn something of it.
yeah,
And yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you really need a U.S. agent, yeah, or else
yeah,
slim chances.
Yeah.
yeah. I've been stuck in that position since quite a while. I hope that next time I will watch this podcast or something, I will have a like a US booking agent. But
Yeah.
yeah, at
That's
some
next
point,
week.
hopefully. But
Hey, you used to be at Hexagon, right, or not?
yeah, for management.
Oh, for management
Mm.
also.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't even know they did management.
They
Yeah.
did for like just few artists, but yeah, I stopped working with them. I mean, we both stopped working together since like I think October, November, something like this.
Okay.
And since then, I'm literally managing myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been in touch with some managers and everything, but I feel like I can do a little bit of that part, and it's
Hmm.
mostly like social media and marketing and branding that I will mostly need help, but I feel like it's mostly like just like a marketing agency at some point.
Mm.
And to really think about like to think forward, like most of the people I've met, like they are good people, or for like they're good people, but they're great for like thinking at the moment, but not thinking for like the next 5 years,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
how we're gonna build that thing to grow up and
It's
to
also wise to be detached from another brand. I think it's always a little bit hard. I get
yeah,
the pros, but I also get the cons of being attached to a certain brand that belongs to somebody else.
yeah, it is.
And I think it's definitely time to be your own brand, and it comes with a risk, but also for the long term,
Yeah,
definitely has its benefits.
it is really good. Like I love to, I love marketing, I love branding, I love all this kind of stuff. And I've been building my brand for a year now, and it's going well. We're planning a lot of parties, like especially in Asia. I feel like in Asia, my brand is evolving a lot. Like not just
Hmm,
Retrovision, but more based, more good label and everything.
Mm.
that's
And
cool.
I've been
That's
trying to,
also, man, I love that because that's something for base checkers. We never really had a good brand we could like really market our own event, let's say, and we
yeah,
kind of missed that. I think it's really good that you do take the effort and turn it into something real for an artist. It's insanely important to have as many or more brands to
yeah,
show yourself, because also what you can do with your label is show another side of yourself through music which is not yours but is from somebody else, but is a little bit different from what you do, you know.
yeah,
And it's something we kind of struggle with as well, because sometimes we're like, okay, we like this and we like that, but we're not going to do both because what's base checkers then? But if you would have a
yeah,
label, that would give you an opportunity to show more about yourself, and it's just more, yeah,
yeah.
More
another
bass.
dimension as an
That's
artist.
true.
More bass,
True.
more good.
More
More bass,
base,
more
more
good.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I
More bass, more
totally agree, man.
jackers.
More base
Yeah.
checkers,
More
more
basics,
good.
more good. Hey guys, it's
For
time
real.
to chill. As in, is there anything coming up that the audience needs to know, Retrovision?
Well, I've been working on so much music recently, and like especially like different stuff, like much more different stuff than what I'm working right now. I'm basically working on like a big project that I've started, but that I don't really like. I can't really talk about it because I have literally like it's not signed or anything. I
But
didn't
you
even
want
like.
to talk about it, man. Just let it
Yeah,
go.
I'm working on my first album, and
Mm.
I never worked on any album project in the past, and I've been writing, singing on my own music, and I've been
Oh, that's cool.
like doing totally different stuff, especially because I'm French, so my English is not perfect, and like it might be good, but like for songwriting, it's pretty bad.
I
And
see a trend happening, man. Like
I
the DJs, producers start to sing on their own songs.
yeah, but like I've seen Martin Garrix doing it, but I've
Yeah.
done that like for a year now. Actually,
Ah,
I started work on this album project for like a year,
and
and I've
Calvin
been
Harris
training
has been doing
myself.
it.
Hmm?
Calvin Harris has been doing it for a long time as well.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And I love that so much because it's so good, but at the same time, it feels like you're literally going out naked because when you like sing and you're a music producer, you basically never sing, you never make like as a music producer, you never make any noise. You're just like standing in front
Yeah.
of a computer and just like going hard on this. But
Yeah.
like whenever I sing, I have to close all the windows, the shades, and everything. There's gonna be no one at home, so no one can hear me singing because I sing terribly right now, and I have to use so much Melodyne just to fix every note. I mean, I can sing a little bit better now than like 6 months ago. I'm gonna take some courses, I think, as
You
well.
definitely need the courses.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, well,
but
I haven't heard you singing, but I mean, learning it through being autodidact,
yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's,
tough.
I think, too hard
It's tough. Yeah.
for most.
yeah.
But hey, I'm maybe judging a little bit too early.
No. It is very hard, and I can understand why you need actual courses because it's a muscle and everything. Like you need to train it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Also
you cannot
breathing,
just
yeah.
yeah. It's so
What?
much also like singing techniques and everything. It's so much different than just like
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna try to sing to something. No,
Thank God for autotune and Melodyne, man.
oh
What
yeah,
Yeah.
else?
True.
Oh,
Melodyne is so good.
I
What
I
know.
didn't
about
expect it to be. Hmm?
what about you, Ralph? Anything to shill?
Yeah, we have a lot to shill, but today is Retrovision's day, so I'm not gonna shill anything.
Okay, that's nice of you. What about you, Jay? I
I
actually we have to
definitely
talk about the video you just pulled up
Oh
about
my
you
god,
you ringing the doorbell. I was laughing my ass off.
that
Yeah,
was a great fit.
I loved
I
it. Yeah,
I haven't seen
Oh
it.
yeah. Well, I definitely have something to shill.
yeah.
My new track Chopsticks will be out this Friday, so go ahead and pre-save.
That video is
Um,
about chopsticks, right?
yeah. It's one of those stupid videos that I'm standing outside with Mike Cervello here, and then I thought, hey, that's actually funny if I use the footage from the Ring doorbell camera, and then I made it within 20
Bruh.
seconds, and then
That's
yeah,
fun. Definitely.
I'm happy you liked it.
Okay.
Hold
Cool
on,
to
I'm
hear.
also dropping a track on Friday. Actually, I'm dropping a track
Oh,
Let's
on Haldeep.
go.
I forgot.
nice. On
What's it
Haldeep.
Haldeep.
called?
It's called The Party, and I wrote this song with a friend called Talef, and he's like guitarist and producer, and it's a very French touch. I would say it's very Daft Punk-ish, completely different from what I put out recently, and I think it's quite fresh. Like
Okay.
it's much more chill than what I used to put out in the last month, and but this track was like a year and a half ago we made it, something like this, and we really enjoyed it, but then we didn't know where to put out it. At some point like Helldeep showed up,
Hmm,
and yeah, it's a good home, so we're
nice, man.
putting out on Friday.
Congrats on the release.
Thank you.
Nice. That's it for now. Thanks, man, for taking the time
Thank you for
to
the invite.
talk with us for roughly an hour. Thanks for everyone listening. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends, family, house pets, anything.
Thumbs up.
Anyone who think you can benefit from this podcast. We will be back next week, as always, 2 p.m. On Wednesday, and
Leave a comment.
leave a
Thumbs
comment,
up.
thumbs up,
Give us a thumbs up.
subscribe, like, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Oh no, my internet is stuck.